So when I'm without marijuana and stuff, I find myself having this masculine trait of energy that's kind of like hard to describe, really. It's kind of like gets real angry sometimes, and you don't know what to do with all that energy. It's directed in different ways, and usually in the morning time, I'm never angry. You know what I mean? And weed kind of helps soothe my anger. So I made it to day 4, girls. But then I have to admit, I relapsed once. I took a half a hit of weed. It was just THCA. But all I'm trying to say is that I'm cutting down and I'm not going to relapse again. So I'll continue on my path and I have to recount and get to 5 days. Once I get to 5 days, that'll be 8 days all in all I've sustained besides the one day I relapsed. So I'll be cutting down drastically, girls. Okay? I mean, Divine Goddess, I can't really talk about the girls, you know what I mean? Because Kylie doesn't want me to, and I don't want my privileges taken away. So I got to talk about the Divine Goddess. And guess what? It sucks, and this is life, and this reality, and how hellish it can be. But, you know, this is what's happening, you know? And it's unbelievable. Because I try to make my podcast about my journey. And I'm also on day 4 semen retention, which I didn't relapse on doing semen retention. So I'm going to continue my path and hopefully I can make it to 20 days of semen retention. But then, okay, it's only a minute and 57 seconds in. So what I'm about to say is that there's a bus right over there. It's the bus. I could take bus tokens, you know what I mean? Get around town, sick of walking, you know what I mean? Maybe I'll do that today. There's cops all around town. There's a cop right across the bridge right now. But what I'm trying to say is that all of a sudden, there's like this big event going on in town where there's a lot of people or something. And there's just so many more cops I see everywhere. I see everywhere. Cops everywhere. So it seems like they can't get away with yelling out the window or beeping their horns at me. Because they're like everywhere. Like I just looked and I randomly saw a cop. You know what I mean? But what I'm trying to say is I would never bring anything to the TOP house. To the temporary living house. Because I would never do that. Because I don't want to get caught with anything. Because I'll get in trouble. You know what I mean? And this way, if I relapse just once off just a little bit. And I don't have any more. Then ultimately, until the 16th when I get paid, hopefully I have withstand enough of my force of energy by then without weed to get used to it. So I would be able to withstand from it then, from buying it. Because buying it's always a problem for me. You know what I mean? I just got to fess up to the Divine Goddess. Because I got to tell the truth. You know, it's on my mind. That I've been smoking weed for a long time and, you know, I really want to quit. And it's hard for me to quit, but I'm getting there. I can make it to 4 days now. Day 4. But seriously, what time is it right now? Hold on. Okay. 9:34. So it was about 9 o'clock I made it to. So it's definitely day 4. So this is what I'm talking about, people. I have the willpower, but guess what? I just couldn't take it anymore. I was getting spiritually attacked. Couldn't take it anymore. I said I needed my depression medication now. You know what I mean? And it had to just do that. You know what I mean? Because I had a really bad dream about my brother Mikey stabbing me, trying to stab me, and he never killed me though. But it was like going on for an hour, and it was just crazy things like that in this dream, and it was like, okay, went to this party, and this party had a rowdy group that was getting into fights, and later on I got a gun drawn on me when this one dude was getting chased, he went in the river. No one can find him. They thought he was going to go back upstream the river, and they was going to wait for him. And I was there with the dude with a gun. And he was about to wait for the dude to pop up. But the dude never popped up. And he went across the river or something, I'm thinking. Later on, thinking about this in the dream realm. This is in the dream realm. And then later on, he draws the gun to my head. And I say, please don't kill me. I would never, never sell my soul. I never said that. But guess what? I would never sell my soul. So I said, please don't kill me. Just please don't kill me. I go. And he didn't kill me. And then later on, I was going to ask for a ride home. A ride home from somebody. But then later on, I was waiting there for a long time in the dream. Waiting there for a long time. And then later on, there's some other people showed up and said, oh, sorry, bud. We can't take you along because there's too many people. And I'm like, okay, now I have to figure out a ride home. I go. And how am I going to do this? And I'm stuck at this party, and somehow I got there to this party, and I needed a ride back. You know what I mean? And it was like, it was such a crazy dream. Crazy dream. And then later on, I had the same dream when I went back to sleep. I had the same dream, and Mikey was at my dad's house. He was friendly with me and everything because they put him on this psych med. It was this injection in the dream realm because he was going insane. You know what I mean? Because he was at my dad's house. But this is in the dream realm. Okay, this was in the dream realm. All right. And later on, there was this other person that was there. That was from the party or something. That was either friends with Mikey or something. And we're all hanging out at the front porch. And it's quite crazy. I had a dream about this. The place didn't even look the same. Everything looked different. You know what I mean? In the dream realm. But right after this podcast here, I watched a video of Kira's. I watched a podcast of Kira's. And guess what? It was so amazing. Like, she had her love come out of her soul. And she looked so cute. And I love when she does that. But anyway, Kira, have a blessed day. Neo worships Divine Goddess. Kira, hope you're doing all right. Hope the Divine Goddess is doing all right. And everybody, just have a good day. I'm sick of the world. Like, I can't stand that sort of dimensionality. That was a nightmare. That was a nightmare. Like, I was living in a freaking, basically a form of hell last night. And that was a nightmare. It was. And I don't know where that came from, but guess what? That dream, you know what I mean? Because I was at that party and needed a ride back and everything. And it was like, I got a gun drawn at me. It was crazy. But guess what? This was a dream. I'm reminding you this was a dream that I'm having. That I was having, you know what I mean? But also, what I'm trying to say is that back to not talking about the dream, because I talk about the dream and then not talk about the dream. But, you know, I am actually currently on a low dose of psych med, but guess what? It doesn't help my anger, I don't think. It never did. I was just better of the person to hold my anger and withstand from, you know, being more pure at heart, to love, you know, and to appreciate things and to, you know, really understand things at a greater level since I'm older. You know what I mean? And I don't go through them phases that I once did before. It was like the trials that I had to go through. But then I'm faced with them same trials again. I know how to handle myself and what to use. Because when I get angry, I have like forms of spiritual attack that I can use and utilize. Doesn't mean I always use it. It only means I have to do it when I defend myself from like the larger picture at play of the spiritual attack. It goes real deep. Some of the things, the whole world is in on it and they don't even know it. It's a type of spiritual attack, and it's like goes, oh, the Y's right side up. Girls, the Y's right side up. Look at that. On that rock there, see the Y? That tree that's shaped like a Y right there. Right there, girls. See? It's right there. And that means if the Y is right side up, the girls are doing good. So anyway, it's getting that point in the podcast where I got to end it because it's 10 minutes in now. So anyway, I got to stop the podcast. Neo's doing too good. That's what they say. Woo woo! Alright, anyway. Yep, alright, bye.